We have some compensation issues to go over. The recommendations are for the county council and the county executive seats, and we're going to ask that we reverse the order, please. We'd like to take the county executive first, then the county council members, and then the final order or issue on the agenda will be the continuance of the discussion of a job description for the fire department, which we opened up at the last month's hearing but did not reach any conclusion. So having said that, Terry, good morning. Would you please enlighten us?
Good morning. Terry Taka, Chief of Classification and Compensation, Office of Human Resources. This morning I am presenting to you recommendations for adjustments to salaries for the county executive as well as the chairman and members of county council. We will begin with the county executive, and that is provided under Section 405 of the county charter that states any change in compensation to the county executive must be presented to the county council and passed by the affirmative vote of a majority plus one. We are recommending for the term beginning in December of 2010 that the compensation for the county executive be raised 8% from $150,000 to $162,000. The basis for this recommendation is that during the last 4 years, as you all know, compensation for the executive and for council members is set one time for the 4 years of the term. And we are recommending the 8% based on salary adjustments that have been given to general county employees during the last 4 years. Those salary adjustments total 8%, and we are therefore making that same recommendation for the county executive salary. In addition, under subject to Article 25A, Section 5AA of the Annotated Code of Maryland, and Article 2, Title I, Section 2-1-102 of the Baltimore County Code, the Personnel and Salary Advisory Board is to submit recommendations for compensation and allowances for the chairman and members of county council. In addition, we are then recommending that the proposed annual salary for council chairman be raised from $60,000 to $64,800, and for council members from $54,000 to $58,320. Again, this is the same recommendation of an 8% adjustment, which is comparable to the total of adjustments given to county employees between fiscal year 2007 and fiscal year 2010. And that concludes our recommendations for salary adjustments to the county executive and to members of county council, as well as the council chairman. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Well, as we had asked, we're going to take the county executive first. We will pass them as two separate issues.
That's fine.
For the record and for the board, would you please explain the comparables that you were kind enough to give to us? In other words, looking at it from the council's viewpoint, our concern is if this were the ABC company, what would we have to be willing to go to the market to pay for an executive with the skills which we all agreed in a meeting earlier are certainly there. And for the record, again, we'd like to make note of the fact that while other jurisdictions and other counties have had to do furloughs and what have you, through the skill and efforts of the present executives, that has not occurred yet in Baltimore County. That certainly in today's light is a monumental tribute to them, and we want to do what is right for them and also what is right for the taxpayers. So having said that, would you just tell us a little bit of your homework?
We surveyed the 5 jurisdictions that are of comparable size to Baltimore County, and that includes Anne Arundel County, Baltimore City, Howard County, Montgomery County, and Prince George's County. We have projected those salaries based on what they will be in December of 2009. And at that, we came up with an average salary for those jurisdictions of $158,300. The Baltimore County executive salary is currently at $150,000.
Okay, are there any other questions that the members of this board might have? I'll entertain a motion. Motion to accept the 8% increase as proposed. Any further discussion? Okay. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any opposed? The motion passes.
With that, the Office of Human Resources will put that recommendation into legislation and submit that within the next day or two to County Council for their official vote.
Okay. Now, the next item to be discussed would be the salaries of the County Council and its chairman. I think representing the salary board, the 8% which has been proposed, we feel is not consistent with the marketplace today. So, having said that, I guess the Robert's rules would say that we put that motion on the floor and then call for discussion. So I will, which is kind of a breach, I will just put the proposition on the floor by making a motion to get, for conversation's sake, that we accept the 8% for increase for the council and its members. Is there a second? Okay, that motion dies for lack of a second. So could I ask for a proposal from any of the board members? And
I'll make a proposal of a 2% increase for the council chairperson and council members.
is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Let's call for the vote then. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So the salary board is recommending or is approving 2%, and we again recognize the efforts of the county council, but we took into effect of the other perks and the other benefits that go with that salary. Okay. Thank you very much.